Oh, and there it is. Perfect. And then for stats, I'm just waiting to see him in conference manager, right? Or
Hey, move. Go.
You gonna ask about the rotation? About the substitution
oh, all right,
I'm more intrigued because Lamar said
all right.
it
Thank you.
looked like Cook tried to find
Woo!
backwards what Lamar was saying.
Ah,
And they
which
got
would
it
make
out
sense.
their hands.
Which would make sense.
But then why don't you leave Bristol in the finals?
Yeah,
Because that was the sub that was made.
yeah. Good point.
Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Maybe.
I could just be overthinking.
But
That's fine.
I wouldn't want Cook out there on the floor. He can't foul out. So it's fine.
Maybe it's a trust thing.
Nah, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, you know,
Yo, man, looks like Seton Hall's gonna pull it off.
Would be.
Yeah.
See, no, it's not a bad team,
Dude,
man.
they're not a bad team. They're like,
Tough as shit.
dude, they're like below these guys.
They are tough.
Did you know that?
They're back.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the Big East, I think. And they're tough as fuck. They don't back. This Davis dude is acting like an all-league player right now, too. I can't maintain it. I don't know. But yeah, he's like 6'9", shooting J's all over everybody's face. They're taking the mentality of their coach, pugilist.
Dawes and Richmond are doing it today.
Yeah, that's the best backcourt in the league.
Richmond, well, he was at Syracuse, right?
And neither one. No, no, Syracuse.
He was at, yeah.
The other one was at Clemson.
I just like that young coach in Syracuse, Adrian Autry.
Someone said that the other day on a broadcast.
Jay
Oh,
Williams.
Jay
Jay
Williams.
Williams, who's younger than Autry by like a decade.
He called Autry a young. One of the. I know.
He's 50. He's in his 50s.
Well, okay.
He's not
I
70
mean,
something.
compared to B-Hop.
Yeah.
Compared to Big Hop.
But it's like in the 90s, like Gary Williams was still called one of the young coaches in the game.
Well, then everybody was 105 years old.
Yeah.
At the same team they coached for 30 years.
Yeah, I stand there. I was like, that doesn't.
It's amazing. You look at some of the coaches in the 70s and 80s. It's like, oh God, what was he like? 60, 70? No, he was 35.
Old dudes looking like old dudes, right?
Like Sparky, like it says Sparky Anderson was younger than Tom Brady when Brady won his last title.
Really?
Suppose because Sparky went prematurely.
Check.
And actually died his hair his first
Check.
year too.
Oh, I didn't know he premature.
Oh yeah.
Oh, might not happen.
I'd like to congratulate Georgetown. You know, they played a good game. Ed Cooley is a great friend of mine, a great coach, and he'll definitely get this program back to the top. Thought it was a hard-fought game on both ends. I think we shot ourselves in the foot. The last 3 or 4 minutes of that game with some bad offensive possessions and not finishing a couple of possessions. Defensively, to put yourself in the best chance to win a game like this in the Big East on the road.
Hey, Coach. It seemed like Georgetown was switching 1 through 5, and at times you guys got switched into mismatches that really was advantageous to you. Did you kind of go away from that? Did the guys just not recognize that? Because it didn't seem like that was the case in the second half as much.
You know, the ball started stopping in the second half. We weren't moving the basketball as much. I think it hurt us for a 7 or 8 minute stretch when Deshaun Nelson picked up his 4th foul in the second half, of being able to take advantage of the switches. And we just didn't do as good a job there in the second half of taking advantage of those switches.
And with Nelson, just one more, Ron. Just with Nelson, when he came back in after the 4th foul, he got a layup immediately. But then, again, the ball just didn't seem to find him. Were you guys consciously trying to get it to him, or why did it lose it?
You know, we were definitely trying to get the ball to him. They were doing a good job of taking some things away. But we definitely wanted to go to him, and they did a better job of when they did switch, of switching back to get a bigger guy on him, to get that guard out of there on the backside.
During around a late first half, 3 minute stretch, you had some really good ball movement and ball sharing. Was that pretty much the best you've done all year in that regard during that space?
I thought we did a good job. I don't know if it's the best we've done all year, but I thought the ball was moving. I thought the ball had some energy, but at the same time, we had a 5-point lead, and we had a couple very big lapses there where we gave up a 3 in the corner, coming out of a timeout, that, you know, we should go in at the half up 7 to 10 points, in my opinion, and that wasn't the case. So, again, we did do a great job, I think, for 17 minutes of that first half, but I thought them last 2 or 3 minutes, we hurt ourselves.
With that 1-3-1, what was its impact on you? It seemed like in the second half, it put you guys on your heels.
You know, we just trying to attack it. You know, I thought our guys did a better job of attacking it the second or third time down when they saw it. I thought we did a much better job of attacking it inside out.
They missed that free throw. You know, you guys get that 3 in the corner. Is that what you had hoped when that play had happened?
That's what we talked about in the huddle, where we had our guys positioning off of a miss. You know, that was one of the options, and just unfortunately it didn't go down. But again, the game shouldn't have came down to that, in my opinion. Again, it was a 1-point game, and we had 4 or 5 possessions where we had empty possessions. In 1-point games, you got to get something out of those possessions, and we gave up 2 or 3 critical offensive rebounds. Thank you.
Thank you. Safe travels.
very happy with, a Big East win. It's always hard to win a game. As evident as we've struggled a little up to this point to try to get a win. So I'm really proud of our guys' resilience. Proud of how we responded from a physicality standpoint, in particular the two guys here who logged a lot of minutes for us. I thought we had an open, honest conversation after our last game about little things, how important little things are that have a major impact in winning. And I'm just, obviously excited about the win. Two programs that, were struggling early in league play. Somebody was going to come out of here with their first Big East win, and I'm glad it was us. Playing on the road is very difficult in the Big East to play on the road. And I was appreciative of our crowd that came out with the weather that was here, and excited to play against one of the hottest teams in the country coming in to play us on Tuesday in Seton Hall. That will be a really old school Big East game, a junkyard dog. NFL football pads will be out there. It'll be 1st and 10 on just about every offensive possession. So our players are going to have to make sure that we're prepared emotionally, mentally, and physically. But just happy for our program, happy for our players. Appreciated them. Today was one of our coaches' birthday, LaDonte Hinton's birthday. So it was good for our men to win for someone else and other than themselves.
Ed, on Tuesday you mentioned how badly you guys just needed to win. What are you thinking as that final shot goes up for DePaul?
Please miss, please. The Jesuits were on our side today. Again, in those situations they were trying to foul, so you got to give them a lot of credit. I thought they did a good job avoiding that, and they got a shot off, and that's all you can ask for. Ask TCU, just get a shot off. Crazier things have happened for it to go in. So, but we prepared for the mess. It's just we just couldn't get them.
Stubblefield was in here and he mentioned that he thought the difference was you guys' offensive rebound. What did you think about your team's performance in that area, just your overall toughness?
What I was excited about with that is we showed a lot of film, and I felt, in particular with these two guys here, just a lot of standing around, a lot of portrait watching, right? And you got to be engaged more when you're 3, 4, 5 position for us. You should wake up, go to bed, eat, walk, talk, go into the glass. No other thing. Somebody else's opportunity if it's a missed shot, and why not ours? And I thought that was the biggest key. His tip-in was game, set, match.
Nathan, you always talk about how hard it is to win in this conference, win games. Coming off those last 3, to put this one together in this manner, a tough game throughout, what's it do just for the psyche and mentality for the team?
I think we all needed it. Let's be open. Let's be pretty candid. I mean, Georgetown basketball needed that. Georgetown University needed that. The district needed that. When you're building and you're growing, you need games like that in order to continue to instill confidence in one another, and just to feel good. Our men are working hard. We're going to practice, right? I'm off. The league's tough, and at the same time, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody. They want people to be hurt. They want teams to play bad, right? And we have to withstand that. It feels good to win a Big East game. It feels good to win Big East game. It is our hope that there are many more to come as we continue to build.
You were able to extend the lead second half, in my estimation, in certain measure due to ball sharing. You got the ball was really moving, people were moving. Was that the best stretch of such this year for you?
I think that's a fair question, Ron, because I think the ball, I always tell the players, when the ball sings, the music is unbelievable, and there's unbelievable results that come from ball movement and body movement. And especially when it's got to go in. And I even thought one of the biggest shots that we missed was the best shot of the game was his corner 3 late in the second half. He normally makes that. He normally makes that. So as much as if you have a high assist game, you're going to find yourselves in a lot of W columns.
Styles, being on top of that 1-3-1, talk about it, and what was the impact of that defense?
Just try to go out there and be active, do what we practice every day in practice, and just go out there and execute it to the best of my ability.
See, Dontrez, 6 offensive rebounds. Is it 1-2? Is it knowing the angles of the misses? How are you attacking the glass on the offensive end with such success?
To be honest, just playing harder. We watched the film last game. I could barely watch it. I was so disgusted in it. So, I knew this game I wanted to go out there and just play hard as I could. And that's what I did.
And, Coach, defensively, just down the stretch, were you satisfied with what you were seeing? There were some contests right at the front of the rim that they end up missing because it was good contests. How did you feel about it?
I mean, I think we got better, and as the leader, you have to, praise improvement. And I thought we got a little bit better today. We were good enough to win. Can we sustain that in order to have multiple victories? This league, in any, I'll tell our players, in any sport, toughness wins, right? Toughness wins in any sport. It doesn't have to be physical, whether it be mental, emotional. The tougher team won today. The tougher team won today. And night in and night out in sport, the tougher team won. So I saw our toughness grow up. I thought our chemistry grew up today. And I thought our ability to deal with adversity, facing adversity, losing 3 in a row, we hadn't played well. I was really, really proud of our men.
And with Cook and Fielder, when you take a look at them, do you kind of combine their numbers? Both of them, I know the minutes were just a little bit different, but when you look at them together, they gave you quality minutes and a lot of production.
They did. They're both, they're two of our bigger energy givers, right, as far as their emotion. And that's something that we see every day in practice. And we're playing Drew more and more as he's getting accustomed to the physicality of our league. Like, he came here as Bambi, just a colt learning. He's always on the floor. He's not on the floor as much. He's working in the weight room, dealing with his knees. He's growing in front of our eyes, and I'm really proud of how much he's patient to continue to grow.
And Supreme looks a lot more comfortable at the free throw line. Has he put in extra work on that? His mechanics look a lot smoother.
I think, shooting is a lot of its confidence. I thought he made some big free throws late. He does work on it daily. He does. And that's something that we're going to need to, because somebody who's that physical and active and athletic, you're going to get fouled. We got to get him to finish, right? He should get 3 or 4 and ones a game with his athleticism and his toughness. Hopefully that's something that's coming.
Ed, you guys also ended the first half strong with a 7-0 run to finish. You held them without a basket, I think, for the final 2:46. How important was that stretch right there? Because they had started to, they built that 5-point lead.
Toughness travels, defense travels. Whether you're playing here at Capital One or whether you're playing at, in Madison Square Garden, and that's something that we'll continue to preach. And again, if we can get stops, I think we're pretty decent in transition. We got to clean up our street running a little bit, meaning the way our terminology for our transition offense. But I thought our guys responded because, they had a couple of shots. We had a couple of bad turnovers. And that was something we got better at today, was limiting our turnovers for runouts.
What was the key to settling down offensively? I think they had 10 points off turnovers in the early going, but after halftime, it was a much cleaner game for you guys.
I think guys just paying attention to detail, right? I mean, anytime you're giving the ball away, it's really hard to win. And that's something that's plagued us all year. And so today was a good step in the right direction to try to move us forward, right? Hopefully we understand how valuable the ball is.
Any more questions for players?
Ish, now, you've got wins in the ACC, the Big 12, now the Big East. How can you guys build upon getting this first Big East victory?
Like Coach said, it was tough coming off of 3 losses, but, all it takes is one. Coach Buck was talking about how, one win could change the whole trajectory of a season. And, just getting that first one, knowing that we have one more at home, and, enjoy this win today. But after today, it's on to the next, because it's plenty more games to go and, plenty more opportunities to get more wins. So you just got to keep building on it and getting better.
And then, Ed, we saw Jaden. Maybe he played a little less than we're used to him seeing. What percent, health do you think he's at? And did you like what you saw from him today?
I like what I saw from him for sure, and then he got scratched, his eye got scratched again. He can't get out of his own way right now with some of the injuries that he's had. And quite frankly, that's plagued us the whole year, from whether it was Ish being out, whether it was Jay Heath being out, Epps being out, somehow, some way we got to get some chemistry and rhythm with the heavy minute players. That'll help. That'll help as we get into the second half of the season, because right now we're in that, right? Right now we're in that. I think we're at 16 more opportunities to continue to improve, and hopefully we continue to try to win as many as we can.
When did you know that you would have his availability? You'd mentioned he's day to day.
Yesterday. We knew he was going to be able to play today. He moved well. He was a little gimpy today, but I thought he gave us enough to help the rest of the team get us a win. Right? Definitely. It feels good to get a win in the Big East, man. This league is a monster. This league is. I love that shirt you got on. Old school. You may need a little whisk. There's a couple of stains.
I have 2 kids.
Huh?
2 young children at my house.
I got some stains on this too, man. I got 2 old kids.
Okay.
2 old ones. Wait till they get old, dog.
These are sold out.
Hey, my kids aren't sold out.
No, I'm saying these sweatshirts are sold out.
Those sweatshirts are sold
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
I would love one. If you can find one for me, I'll buy it off you for $2.
Okay. That doesn't sound like a great move for me.
My God, appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Thank you.